Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Amiga Vibes 13th. So I think a bit rusty start again. Do we have a mic properly on? Yeah, maybe. Hear my own voice very low currently. So let me check some settings. Okay. Let's try something. Well, I hope you will tell me if you can't hear me properly. So anyway, it's 8th of March and International Women's Day. So happy Women's Day to everyone. Every woman and girl. Yeah, I don't know if there's any women remixes, Amiga remixers. Of course, iZero has done some remixes, but only C64 so far. So I don't have anything listed on my playlist yet. So if you know someone or some remix, go to Fastloader.radio/request and make your request, and you can join the chat on Fastloader.radio/discord. We started with the Project X from Fastloader's new Amiga Rocks Harder album, and we are going to continue with that. So next one is Nitro. I was very delighted to see the track listing of the collection, because hasn't been like really good, or I think there's only one Nitro remix done so far, so was hoping to have a nice Nitro remix, and here it is. So let's have a listen. that was Nitro by Fastloaders. And yeah, we have Flaskal's, Freed and FS and chat so far, so hello everyone. Yeah, it's been a month again since the last show. Had a winter vacation last week, did some downhill skiing, didn't break any bones, so it went well. And our 5-year-old daughter learned also to downhill ski. What is it called? Anyway, we spent one day in the Vuokatti slopes. Yeah, she liked it, and probably next year she's already better doing that. I am, since I already learned that in my adult age, like first time in the 10 years ago or something, so it's not too natural for me. But yeah, it's fun. Sunlight is coming, the snow is melting quite rapidly currently. Well, there's still snow in our yard, but now the asphalt part is pretty not much melted. The snow on and ice on the asphalt. So spring is coming. Yeah, let's play one new Amiga remix. It was released, I think maybe this week or something like that. Well, recent anyway. I think there was no released Amiga remixes in the February, but now in the beginning of March they are released. So let's continue with Dr. Future's Echoing 2023 edit. yeah, the mix is mixing again with the microphone. Nowadays it doesn't go back to the machine's own microphone, but instead it starts to loop the latest like quarter second or something like that. But anyway, that was Dr. Future with what was it? Echoing, yeah, 2023 edit. Yeah, I was checking. This week we have had quite nice Northern Lights. That was yesterday, was it like Wednesday or Thursday? That was it was a short period, like 15 minutes or 10 minutes or something, but it was really nice. It was went over the sky. We're moving very fast, but unfortunately it seems that there is no expected Northern Lights today. I have been planning that if there is Northern Lights visible during one of my shows, I could take a camera and try to get them live on the stream, but not today. Yeah, let's check the requests. Yeah, FS is the first requester of the evening, and his request is Mirko Hirsch with Follow the Sign. So let's play that. Mirka Hirschwit, Follow the Sign, and that was requested by FS. Thank you for that. Today we started also a football school with my soccer, if you like that way, football school with my 5-year-old daughter. It was the first time. We have been in this family football thing, like three courses, so where the parent and the child do the trainings together, but now she's doing the practices by herself. There was like 12 5-year-old kids on the trainings, and it was quite funny to follow how the kids are so different. Like someone just stands and look around, and someone clearly has done his or her football watching and playing already a good amount. So in the end, when they played 3 versus 3 for a while, it was quite funny to say that who does and what. But anyway, fun thing. Good anyway that everyone was there joining the trainings. It's like 10 or 8 to 10 times during the springtime in the football hall. And speaking about ball, we have a next request, and actually last one so far. So if you want to hear your request, go to Slater Radios as a request, or use the ! request on the Discord channel. But anyway, Flaskhouse requested Snares Speedball 2 Brutal Method remix, so let's play that. snare with Speedball 2 revolve method. Oh, yeah, just a minute. I have something playing in the background. Yeah, I started the Speedball 2 on screen and just realized that it's still playing on the speakers there. I don't remember. I don't think that it came through to the mic, but anyway. And yeah, that was requested by Flascals. FS was asking that it was mixed team, right? Yeah, there was like 2 girls and 10 boys today. So yeah, not huge amount of participants, but it's usually that way that in event time it's pretty much lower in the participant numbers than in the summertime. Even though both times it's down in the football hall, so it doesn't matter if it's raining or storming or snowing, and the smallest are practicing in the hall. Right, so yeah, the Fastloader's Amiga Rocksharder was released last Friday digitally, and we already played 2 tracks of that, and let's play at least 2 more. So next up I have lined their version of Pinball Illusions, so let's listen to that. Pinball Illusions by Fastloaders from Amiga Works Harder album. There was talk in the chat about the A1200 from Retro Games. Flaskals is waiting for the deliveries to start, and FS is waiting for his C64 Ultimate. The Mini and Maxis are nice, like if you don't have the real things, and also if like to get to playing something quickly. I only have the A500 Mini, and actually I haven't really played that at all. I just bought it because it was on sale. I think it was like 50 euros, so it was going to get the machine and mouse and the gamepad. And what I ended up doing with this gamepad, I rebuilt the PCB so that it's like using real Atari connector, and the thing is CD32 compatible controller, and actually it's also programmable, so you can change the buttons and so on. It's based on the KTRL CD32 or something like that. The original version is open source, so you can make your own version of that. What I did for my controller, I reverse engineered the Plus version, which is not open source, and did myself a Plus version in that controller case. Works nice. Right, let's see. I realized that I should update the OBS scenes. I only have the full screen HDMI scene for playing the demos or whatnot, and then only the Workbench 1.2 or 1.3 style HDMI capture. So if I was going to, or when I try to switch between the visualizations and the real deal, it changes the Workbench version. So I should make a also 3.1 style scene for the HDMI. So something to add to the to-do list. Right, next request is by Unknown Requester, and the request is Peter Clark's Space Harrier. I have an idea who the real requester might be, but who knows? But here it is.
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
Peter Clark with Space Harrier, and it was requested by unknown user. No, sorry, unknown requester. Yeah. I was playing, setting up the Amiga to go with the next request, but didn't quite have the time enough. So instead of playing the next request, I'm gonna play some new remixes, or remix actually. And this is called Amiga's remix by Solo Striker. And that was Solar Striker's Amiga's remix. And I realized I have one new thing that I haven't introduced to you yet. I got these glasses, but I've already tried them on like a few times so far, so not using them yet, at least on here, because don't really need it's for near sight, and the screen is far enough so I can see that well enough so far. I was setting up the Amiga for the visualization for next request, but actually there's, well, I sort of set up it, but I changed the plan, so let's play first Flask's next request, which is Xenon 2, the real Mega Blast by Gibbs. Actually, it's called, well, no. Okay, I think I did it again, maybe. Let me see. Yeah, let me see. Because there is like Xenon, the real Exablast remix, but it is Xenon 2 actually. No, it's Xenon. So yeah, I lined up the wrong track, so maybe this one. Check. Well, yeah, this is at least the right game. I'm not sure now that if it's the right remix, but it's by Gibbs and it's Xenon 2 Mega Blast, so could be the right one. Let me check. Yeah, that one is the at least closest to the requested one. So let's play that. And Flask, if this is not the correct remix, we can fix it, play the correct one later. But yeah, let me see what I'm gonna do. Gonna try to sync up the game here. Yep, so here is Gibbs with Xenon 2 Mega Blast. Except that, yeah, because I changed the plan, I need to do something. Let's try this.
DJ, stop the music!
Just who y'all fucking with? Just who y'all fucking with? Just who y'all fucking with? Let the record down to the bone.
Gibbs with Xenon 2 Mecha Blast, and yeah, it is the real Mecha Blast version. This is the one that Flaskals wanted. The thing is that the ID3 tag in that one doesn't have the real Mecha Blast title there, like the Amiga remix.com has in the title, so it doesn't show me that in the track list. So I need to remember that in the future. Oh, okay, it's already time for demo, so yep. Let me see. I wasn't prepared enough. Yeah, so 1 minute or 5 seconds maybe. I need to do some things here. Yeah, so this is actually a request from last show by Funky Data. Doesn't seem to be online currently, but anyway, you can watch this on demand from YouTube. And the demo is called Rink-a-Dink Redux, and it's made by Lemon. So now I just need to set up it to be played, and it might be that after this the mic is acting up again. It usually does if I use the Amiga sound in the mixer at the same time. So let's see. Let's stop that and try to play the demo. Yeah, I think the greetings and explanations looped already. Didn't watch too carefully. There. A nice one. I did watch it through once before to check that it works. And actually in the beginning the plasma bar doesn't work properly. Well, it's because of the overkill Amiga with 060 AGA. Like it said in the demo, Winners don't use AGA. So the requirements were like the very first Amiga 500 with Kickstart 1.2, and well, it does require the extended memory, like 1 megabyte total. But yeah, so the plasma thing was because of the wrong Amiga playing that. So that was for Fangrea, who didn't appear in the chat, but Cactus did. Hello, Cactus. If you want to hear your request, just request, because there isn't too many in the list so far. But there is some, so let's play next one. And it's hyper-based Enigma by Amok. Yeah, of course. And now I need to set up things here. So if I do that, and then do this and that, yeah. So now we can start to play the track, and yeah, it was requested by only C64U makes if possible. Yeah. So here's Amok with hyper-based Enigma. IBA-based Enigma by Amok, and it was requested by only C64U makes if possible. Thank you for requesting that. Yeah, I put a demo playing in the Amiga for visualizations, and sometimes, quite often, your thinking goes to the stupid track. so I was watching that, the demo is playing the OBS, going out. So for a few seconds I was thinking that, well, yeah, I can set up the okay, yeah, mixed, lost his mic again and changed to the Amiga sounds. Oh yeah, I was telling that I was going to set up the next game for Amiga, so I can use that as a visualization for the next request. But then I realized, no, if I change it now, it will change to the live stream also. But yeah, our next request is by Nether Elmu. The request is R-Type, Fluke 73's version, please. So here it comes. No. type by Fluke73, Tony Viran, and it was requested by Nether Elmo. Thank you for request. And you could see that I suck at R-Type. Well, I haven't played much. Tried and miserably failed. Right. FS was asking about the ice hockey board farming. Yeah, so I started to port the original NHL hockey, the Mega Drive or Genesis version for Amiga. And since the last show, I haven't, I think, even touched to it yet. Because I have been working with another project, well, which has been ongoing like years. It's an Android application for bird watchers, and I think I did the first version when the current Android version was something like the API version was 4 or 5 or 6, so it was really the early Android times, and I've been updating it since every now and then, but not really touched the UI or the architecture, so it's a mess. So I started to rewrite the application like maybe 2 years ago, every now and then. And then I noticed during the last springtime or something that there is going to be a breaking API change, so that the UI that I have will not work properly. And I think it's the Android version 17 which will do that, maybe, or 16. 16 is the current, so it might be 17 then. So I need to get that application done, so currently concentrating on that. And also I have been kinda waiting for the reassemblers Sonic ports videos and blog posts and so on, so to learn about the Sega's graphics things and so on, so I don't do the same mistakes, all of them, of course I'll do it. But yeah, it's in the hold currently. Speaking of reassembler, he posted this week's that the vinyl version of the Outruns soundtrack is available for order. So it includes the 4 tracks that reassembler has ported to Amiga mod, and then the mastered on the vinyl. So if you like to listen to that and have the nice vinyl, it's vinyl in Finnish, vinyl in the collection. I don't know how many there are available, but at least yesterday there was still stock left. So it's in the Bandcamp, available for ordering. Right, let's play next request. which is done by out of request error, and it's Cruising by Joker Lilidal or Yogi. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. And yeah, I have actually lined up that. Cruising by Yogi Lilidal, and it was requested by out of request error. And yeah, we are out of requests. But I do have something lined up, so don't worry, you don't have to listen to me talking some stupid things, so I can be silent. I lined up actually a new Amiga remix, and I just noticed that it's 7.5 minutes long. But we do have time, so let's have a listen. I haven't actually listened to this yet, so Yeah, now I remember to say that in that Ring-a-Dink demo, no, Ring-a-Dink Redux demo, the middle one of the tracks was really nice, and I looked that if there's a remix of that, but quick search in amigaremix.com didn't give me anything, so nice one, maybe someone to remix. But yeah, here's a remix by Gareth Wood, and it's the biblical prophecy remix of It Came from the Desert.
The desert. The desert, unchanged for millions of years, yet witness to a biblical prophecy come true, that one day the meek shall inherit the earth. desert, unchanged for millions of years, yet witness to a biblical prophecy come true, that one day the meek shall inherit the earth. Thirsty for the destruction of all that is human.
Gareth Wood, and it came from the desert. The biblical prophecy remix. My controls are floating around. Sorry. Yeah. Cactus was saying in the chat that I wish I knew more about Amiga remixes to request something. And I told him that my method of requesting has many times been that I pick up a word from on Slay Radio from Siona Slacon's talks, and then do a search in Archeo or amigaremix.com, and then look the result list and check that the ratings that it's a decent, and then request that. Sometimes found nice tracks in that way. And actually that inspired me to do a search for next track to be played. I was planning to play because the physical presence by Fabrice GP was the bed few tracks back, maybe a couple, and I was going to line up that, but then I noticed that there is actually physical presence remix by The Funk also, and I don't remember what kind of track that is, so I put that to be played next. So let's try it out. Physical Presence remix by The Funk, and it was from year 2005. 20 and a half years old. It's kind of unbelievable that there has been so long these remixes and things. Yeah, I was gonna play. Press this one because it's almost time to go. I have 2 tracks left in my list, and the first one. Yeah, the first one is one more track from Amiga Rocks Harder by Fastloaders, and I realized that I have wrong things here in the list, so let's do that. And yeah, still let's see what happens if I do this. Yeah, maybe. So let's play Shinobi by Fastloaders before the last track. Shinobi by Fastloaders. Nice track. Bit on the short side. Feels like it's going to start with when it actually already ends. But yeah, so we'll end this show. One track left, which actually isn't Amiga remix, I think. I haven't actually checked that where that's from, But yeah, before that I was gonna say that if you haven't participated in the Fastloader's Kickstart campaign for the Amiga hardware, head to the fastloaders.bandcamp.com and you can buy the album from there. But yeah, I'm gonna sign out now. Thank you everyone for joining and making your requests. I will be back. I haven't planned yet when, but maybe in 2 weeks, maybe in 1 month, something. And then we're gonna play more Amiga remixes. But before that, we have shows on Slavery on next Thursday, of course, by Slay Conocianum. And before that, you can listen to the Buzz Radio. Cactus is not gonna do a show Tuesday because he has some work to do apparently. But Buzz is around on Wednesday, and there's a rumor that something's coming up on Friday, maybe. Let's see. And Cedar might be on live on Saturday. But yeah, did I have something to tell you more? Maybe not. So I will end the show with a track by DHS, and it's from The Sound of Synset Volume 3, and the track is called Urbanite. It's featured by Maki. So thank you everyone, have a nice next week, and I will see you next time. Bye.
safety noise. Feel the heat under your feet. A sense of possibility on every corner, on every street. Can you hear the sirens sing? A song for life or death. Some for anyone who hear. Some for those in distress. Some people get it from the moonlight. Some might feel it by the candlelight. I tend to get it from the street light. Urban night. Some people get it from the moonlight. Some might feel it by the candlelight. I tend to get it from the street light. Urban night.
Only